FinTech. Now these FinTech companies have been around for a long time. In fact, these two are like the only good FinTech companies around. Just kidding. Anyway, you know, FinTech is amazing when it's done right. For example, YouTube, you know, they pay their creators using Stripe or Google AdSense, and that is FinTech basically, right? Now these guys, they're the reason why I even have Steam games or have Crunchyroll subscription in the past, because I used a free trial, you know, and just be that guy. Get new emails, you know, use this prepaid cards and they can't deduct me. You know, I'm a genius, I'm a hacker, man. But yeah, I made this video because I want to remind you all that FinTech companies, unless you can directly Google their name, you can find an FDIC insurance backing or a bank licensing, that they are not a bank. I really need to clarify this, and I really want most people to know about it. Because in the past, there was this whole thing with YOTTA. Now, this is a web archive. This is not the live page because we changed it, you know? At least being honest now, which is what matters. But in the past, you know, if you scroll through this website, like anyone that's not really well versed in finance, or people like me, we don't really look through the finance that much. We just skim through it, right? You think that this is a bank, you know, it has all this stuff here. And even if you read this, if you did not read this part here, partners with banks, you think that they are a bank. Unless you read this and you'll be like, oh no, they're not a bank. And the most deceptive part is this FDIC part, because you think that, oh, FDIC is banking, you know, must be banks. No, they're not. This is only their partners, which is a big problem, because if YOTTA goes out of business, you're not going to get your money back because the bank itself manages this. Just chill. They're not bankrupt yet, right? This is the biggest problem with like these, you know, FinTech companies or FinTech companies. Another one that's pretty chill is Chime. Now I've heard of them from Jerry and everything, and every YouTuber has been pushing them. In fact, this video is sponsored by them. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. But at least Chime is very upfront that they're not a bank. They're not one. At least they claim that they're a savings account, which is what matters, okay? It's what matters. So why I make this video is that because in the future with Web3 coming along, you know, now no one knows what Web3 is. In fact, I was in some networking event in the past year, and some guy was like, so what is this Web3 thing that you keep talking about? I want to know more about it. And the people there, right, they just could not answer it. No one could answer it. They just kept saying, oh, it's that like game thing, you know, the game that makes you money. That's what Web3 is. Fortunately, it isn't. It's basically decentralized. But when Web3 does become mainstream and this whole decentralized thing becomes more popular, especially with crypto bros, and do not associate FinTech bros with crypto bros. We are completely different. We use deodorant. Okay? So when this whole, you know, Web3 thing becomes more and more mainstream, there's going to be more of these FinTech companies that claim to be a bank, but they're not. They'll try using this FDIC, you know, peddling for it. I want you all to be aware of this, so that in the future when you do fuck around in finance, which is what I've done, you know, I keep creating bank accounts just to try new shit out. When you do that, at least you will learn to read the fine print, read what the website says, and not to be deceptive by the marketing. Because at the end of the day, the job of marketing people is to sell you more shit, whereas the job of the legal team is to not get their asses sued. So trust the legal team. Anyway, that's all I wanted to make, you know, and also keep using FinTech products. Stay chill. See ya.